Right, still on the same thing, right? Uh, all right. Well, like I say all the time, you live inside the new heaven and new earth right now, whether you believe me or not. All the prophecy inside the Bible is entirely fulfilled, and I say this to people very loosely, and sometimes I think about the fact that there's really not anything for me to gain from saying this. There's nothing to really gain. I have nothing. To gain. I don't want to become a person that individuals follow. I have no interest in being a personal guru of individuals. Um, I'm not trying to lead any kind of an assembly. I don't know. I don't even know what the real reason is for telling a person this, except for the honest truth that I do not want individuals to believe that they live in the end of days. I guess if there's anything I have to gain, it would be to tell people that you don't live in the end of days. Somebody has to tell you. I mean, think about all the people that are telling you live in the end of days and that biblical prophecy is being fulfilled before your eyes. It's a nonstop wave of people telling you all the time about this thing, man. And it's just not true. This past week, I found myself in a very funny situation. I got asked by an individual to explain who's the two witnesses in Revelation. And, I take a lot of this stuff, I take it pretty serious. I don't know how else to put it. I take it pretty seriously, Like I assume a person asks a question they want to know, because if not, why would they even ask, I guess. But I noticed something really, really strange this past week that has really just kind of been coming into fullness with me over the past several days. And I literally just completed another reading here of Revelation just to see if this is the case. But here's what's going on. I hope this is going to make sense. People are reading Revelation in a very, very strange way. All right. Revelation is a few different things. It's a letter that's recording conversations that John is having with angels / God. Or it's recording conversations that God / angels are having with John. Sometimes it's recording conversations that the angels are having, the angelic beings in Revelation, or their conversations are being recorded sometimes. But it's also John narrating what he is seeing. And what I've noticed is just a horrifying problem that's really almost stopped me in my tracks, so to speak, where people are not realizing that the things that John is seeing are only being seen by John. John is the person who's having the dream vision. Look at how dream visions work in the Bible. There's lots of details. Think about Joseph. Think about Daniel, okay? Dream visions aren't real. They aren't reality. Think about Peter in Acts the 10th chapter. He falls into a trance. It's like a dream vision. The details that are in the dream vision do not manifest in reality. You are reading the narration of John. He's explaining to you what it is that he is seeing. It's not saying that you are going to see those things on the earth. The same problem that exists all throughout the Bible with the imagery, language, exists in Revelation. You're reading the details of John's dream as if the details of John's dream are going to manifest on the planet. In the letter, John will even tell you the interpretation, just like happens in Daniel, just like happens with Joseph, just like happens with Peter in Acts 10. We pay extreme attention to the details that he is giving about the dream that he is having. He's telling you, and I saw 200 million horsemen. And we read that and then we say, okay, where's the 200 million? Where's the 100 million man army? And then we look to find a 100 million man army. This is craziness, man. You can't read the details of the dream vision and think that the details are going to manifest in reality. That's not how it works. People are saying to me things like the prophecy's unfulfilled because a third of the trees have not been burned up on the planet. And I'm trying to explain, look, man, John is the one who sees these trees and the grass and everything burned up on the planet. It's not saying that on the planet, all the trees and everything are going to be burned up. That's not what he is saying at all. And I don't even know a way to really, I got to think about it more, how to refine this more for a person. But I have explained this in numerous instances. Think about this. The two witnesses that are in Revelation, the 11th chapter. Revelation 11 has like 19 verses in it, okay? Back up to verse 1, and it says something along the lines of, and a rod, like a measuring rod, was handed to me. Who is me? It's John. Are you expecting to see John measure that temple? Speaking of the temple, which makes more sense? John is having a dream vision of the temple that existed all throughout his entire life, that was there until it was destroyed in 70 AD, the temple that he has known that was there before he was born? Or is he having a dream vision of a temple that has never been built? Have you ever considered this? Put that aside. Are you expecting to see this guy measure the temple? Are you expecting to watch him be handed the rod to measure the temple with? Of course not. Just like you aren't expecting to see that, you shouldn't be expecting to see two people shooting fire out of their mouths. You are taking the details of the dream vision as if they are going to happen to you, which doesn't make any sense. It doesn't even follow the principles of dream interpretation that's given in the Bible. I'll tell you what, man. I think, here's the theory, right? But I think the whole Bible is like a workbook, all right? And at the end of the workbook is a test. And the test is, can you interpret imagery language? So if you go all the way back to Genesis, Joseph is interpreting dreams. Joseph is having dreams. He's interpreting dreams. Look at the details of the dreams that are given. None of the details manifest in physical reality. Pharaoh has dreams. He calls Joseph to interpret these dreams. I had a dream where 7 cows came up out of the river. They were all fat and good looking. Then 7 other cows came up out of the river and they were really bad looking. Well, this means that you're going to have 7 years of plenty, 7 years of plagues and badness. We all know the accounts, know the story. We read these things and we don't realize that this is teaching us how we're supposed to interpret dream visions in the Bible. I'm telling you. Look at Daniel, the dream that the king Nebuchadnezzar had. Look at the dreams that Daniel even had. Look at the visions that Ezekiel had. The details of the visions do not manifest in reality. The dream means something. It isn't telling you that these exact details, exactly as I'm saying them, are going to manifest on the planet. But yet people read the prophecies and they say, it's unfulfilled biblical prophecy. This exact thing that's inside the dream vision has not manifested. A monster has not emerged from the pit of the deep. There's been no locusts. I try to sum it up in the simple question, who hears the trumpets of Revelation? The answer is John. It's John's dream, not you. You don't hear the trumpets of Revelation. Revelation is like this. Revelation is like having a dream of a fire destroying your house, okay? But the fire in real life is not a real fire that's burning down your home. The fire is heart disease, okay? Revelation is like having a dream that you're driving a car and you get in this huge car wreck, like you lose control of the car and it flies off into the side of the road, you lose control of it and you have this huge wreck. But the reality is that the dream means that you're having a difficulty at work and you're concerned that your boss might fire you. Yeah. Revelation is like having a dream that you're drowning in the ocean, okay? But it's not about actual drowning in the ocean. It's about you're struggling with bills or debt or whatever. That's how dreams work. People have dreams and the literalness of the dream is not significant. What's significant is the meaning of the dream. A lot of times people have a dream of, especially when they're younger, a lot of times people have dreams of being like going to school and all of a sudden being naked. And this is, again, a very common dream in which it means that a person feels that they're being exposed somehow. People have dreams where like all their teeth fall out. Does this mean that all your teeth are going to fall out? No, it means that you're losing control or whatever that dream interpretation is. That's how dreams work in the Bible. That's how dreams work in reality, man. I don't know how else to put it to a person. We are in a horrifying situation in which we are so lost in imagery language that we've missed who knows how much. That's where I am. I do not know what to do about this, or if there's any solution to it at all, to be quite honest. But we're in a situation where individuals will read Revelation, and in one part they sort of understand that it's not literal, but then they'll demand that it is literal. And that's why the prophecy has not been fulfilled. It's like I told people over the 1,000-year reign in a gang of instances. The 1,000-year reign it doesn't exist in the Bible. You're reading the details of John's dream as if they're going to manifest in reality. That does not make any sense. That does not follow the principles of the Bible at all. That doesn't follow the principles of biblical and biblical dream interpretation at all. And personally, I find the situation alarming. So yeah, that's where we are. The Bible prophecy is fulfilled, and the reason the person can't see it is because even still, to this day, all the time that we spent reading the Bible, all the time we've spent going to church and watching all these teachings, we're not able to interpret imagery language, man. And the Bible's loaded with it. If you can't interpret imagery language, how can a person say that they understand the Bible? So that's where we are.